Hello, now we will study the nonlinear pharmacokinetics. See, in most of the cases, therapeutic doses, the changes in the amount of the drug in the body or the change in plasma concentration is due to absorption, distribution, binding, metabolism, or excretion is proportional to its dose, whether administered as a single dose or a multiple dose. So, in such situation, the rate process are said to follow first order or linear kinetics, and all the semi-log plot of C versus T for a different doses when corrected for a dose administered are superimposable. So this is called a principle of superimposition. So in some instances, the rate process of the drug ADME are dependent upon a carrier or an enzyme that are substrate specific, have defined capacities, and susceptible to the saturation at a high drug concentration. So in such cases, and essentially first order kinetics transform into a mixture of first order and zero order rate process, and the pharmacokinetic parameter change with the size of administered dose. So the pharmacokinetics of such drugs are dose dependent, and another synonym we can call it as a non linear pharmacokinetics, mixed order capacity limited kinetics. So drugs that has been it's not a clear something. I think the background has been not. For the drugs exhibiting such kinetic profile are source of variability in the pharmacological response. So there are several tests to detect non-linearity pharmacokinetics. So the first simplest one is the determination of steady state plasma concentration at different doses. So if the steady state concentration are directly proportional to the dose, the linearity in the kinetics exists. Such proportionality is not observable in when we talk about the non-linearity. Second is the determination of some of the important pharmacokinetic parameters such as fraction available, elimination half-life, or total systemic clearance at different dosing of the drug. So any changes in this parameter which are usually constant is indicator of the non-linearity. So the causes of non-linearity is the drug absorption. So drug absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion are the causes of the non-linearity. So when we talk about a drug absorption, so absorption is whether in its solubility or dissolution is a rate element. For example, drug given grisoflavin. So at a higher dose, a saturated solution of the drug is formed in the GIT or at an extravascular site, and the absorption attains a constant value. And for the drugs that follows the carrier mediated process like absorption of riboflavin ascorbic acid, the saturation of transport system become higher at a higher dose and resulting to the non-linearity. And when we talk about the pre-systemic drug that is drug that degraded in the hepatic metabolism or in the pre-systemic drugs like propranolol, verapamil. So saturation and pre-systemic metabolism of this drug at higher dose leads to increased viability, leading to non-linearity. Similarly, when we talk about a drug distribution and metabolism, when we talk about the distribution, so saturation of binding sites on the plasma protein or saturation of tissue binding sites, and when we talk leads to non-linearity, that is the clearance will be altered, leading depending upon the extraction ratio of the drug, and clearance of the drug with high extension ratio is generally increased due to the saturation of the binding sites. So unbound clearance of the drug with low ER is unaffected, and one can expect an increase in the pharmacological response. So third one is the drug metabolism. So non-linear kinetics of most clinical importance is the capacity limited, since small change in the dose administered can produce large variation in the plasma concentration at a steady state. So in metabolism, it's depend upon the two important causes. The first capacity limited metabolism due to enzyme and cofactor saturation. For example, for the drugs like phenytoin, alcohol, theophylline. And the second is the enzyme induction for a drug like carbamazepine, where a decrease in a peak plasma concentration has been observed on a repetitive administration over a period of time. Now, drug excretion. So, active tubular secretion, the example penicillin G, after a saturation of a carrier system, a decrease in the renal clearance occur, and active tubular reabsorption, example water soluble vitamin and glucose, after saturation of the carrier system, and increase in renal clearance occurs. So, other sources of despite of this nonlinearity include forced diuresis, changes in the urine pH, nephrotoxicity, and the saturation of the drug in the binding site. The slide is being somewhat not clear, but I think the notes has already given to you guys. So it's a summary form where the how absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion affect the dose. Now coming about the Michaelis-Menten equation is the best one that describes this non-linearity. So Michaelis-Menten equation is the kinetics of the capacity limited or the saturable process is Michaelis-Menten equation. It comes and when uh, Km is the Michaelis constant in there, where when Michaelis constant is equal to C, C is the concentration, then the equation becomes dC by dt is equal to mu x by 2, and when Michaelis equation Km and Km is greater than Cc, so and it will become an additive form. That equation is identical to the one that describes the first order elimination of the drug. So it means that the drug concentration in the body that result from the usual doses regimens of the most of the drug is well below the Km, and the elimination process with certain exceptions such as phenytoin and alcohol. And when concentration becomes maximum, then is greater than K, then the equation is identical to the one that describes a zero order process, and the rate process occurs at a constant rate Vmax and is independent of the drug concentration. For example, metabolism of ethanol. Here is the plot of Michaelis-Menten equation. So, when we are studying this estimation of nonlinearity, so this estimation of nonlinearity has been given from the various plot of by the Michaelis-Menten equation is the main responsible for this equation, deriving of this equation, and the plot of the linear this non-linear kinetics are the Lineweaver-Burk plot, Hannes-Wolff plot, Wolff-Augustin Fossey plot. So that plot is being reported in this slides where we have studied. There are different plots, that is direct linear plot will be obtained with two different dosing rate. When we talked about the Lineweaver-Burk plot, we will get a plot like this. A plot of CSS versus DR will yield a typical hockey stick shaped curves. This shape curves are see, this curve is like a hockey stick, and this is called a hockey stick shaped curves. So this has been already given to notes and explained by the Zoom classes. So I think if this non-linear kinetics is clear to you, and if in any question, the teachers always here for you. Thank you.